Just stay close.
Welcome back to the Unreal Gamer channel. I'm Violet, your host for all things gaming, survival horror, and Resident Evil lore.
You okay?
Today we're tackling a big question that's been gnawing at fans. Is Jill Valentine the next major character Capcom might retire? With recent leaks about Resident Evil 9 and Jill's divisive modern portrayal, her future in the franchise is looking complicated, to say the least. But hey, before we dive into the speculation and rumors, if you missed our last video on whether Capcom is killing Leon Kennedy, make sure to check it out. It's a wild ride, and trust me, you don't want to miss our thoughts on Capcom's golden boy. For now though, it's all about Jill, the woman, the legend, and maybe, just maybe, the next one on the chopping block. Let's get into it. Let's start by addressing the elephant in the room. Jill Valentine, once the queen of compassion and badassery, has undergone a personality makeover that's left many fans scratching their heads. The caring, motherly Jill who could comfort a dying teammate and take down a nemesis in the same breath? Gone. Instead, we've got a Jill who, as some fans put it, feels more like an angry, abrasive action hero. From RE3 Remake to Death Island, Capcom has doubled down on this tough, no-nonsense version of Jill. And while some players might appreciate the shift, the overwhelming sentiment among longtime fans is disappointment. Jill's iconic blend of strength and warmth seems to have been swapped for a girl boss archetype that lacks the charm and relatability that made her so beloved in the first place. So, what's the deal with RE9? According to the latest leaks, Jill will be one of the main protagonists alongside Leon, with Chris Redfield and Burton providing radio support. The game is set to wrap up the Mold saga that started with RE7 and Village. It's also rumored that Jill will be infected with the Mega Mycete during the game, a plot twist that could either lead to her redemption or her downfall. Here's where it gets interesting. Jill's appearance in RE9 is said to resemble her look from RE3 Remake and Death Island. If the leaks are true, it seems Capcom isn't planning to reinvent Jill's modern image anytime soon. Fans are holding their breath, hoping for a personality redemption, but expectations are low. Let's face it, Capcom has a track record of doubling down on divisive changes rather than walking them back. While Jill's future is the focus, we'd be remiss not to mention Chris Redfield and Burton. These two icons are also confirmed to appear in RE9, albeit in supporting roles. And let's be honest, if anyone's hitting the chopping block, it's probably them. Chris has been a staple of the series for decades, and his arc feels like it's nearing a natural conclusion. A heroic sacrifice to save Jill or Leon? Totally plausible. Barry, on the other hand, is a fan favorite, but has always played second fiddle. His inclusion as a support character in RE9 could very well be his swan song. Jill, for all the controversy surrounding her modern portrayal, still has too much star power to retire just yet. Even with the backlash, she's still one of the most recognizable faces in the franchise. Chris and Barry? Their days might be numbered.
I thought you killed him.
Me too.
Alright, let's address the big question. Is Capcom killing Jill Valentine? Honestly, probably not. At least not in RE9. Jill is still too beloved, too iconic, and too valuable as a brand to retire right now. But here's where I get to have a little fun. Despite all the criticisms about modern Jill, whether it's her cold demeanor in Death Island or her abrasiveness in the RE3 remake, she's still one of the most iconic characters in Resident Evil history. Love her or hate her, Jill Valentine is a cornerstone of this franchise, and Capcom isn't ready to retire her just yet.
No! Do you have any idea what you've just done?
No, don't care. My client ordered
Now,
me to reduce
let's not
umbrella
sugarcoat it.
drop.
Jill's modern portrayal hasn't exactly been winning hearts lately. Many fans feel disconnected from this version of her, yearning for the compassionate, witty, and warm Jill we grew up with. But even with the missteps, Jill remains a fan favorite. Her marketability and potential for redemption are just too strong for Capcom to ignore. They'd have to really mess things up. Like, really mess things up for Jill to hit the chopping block anytime soon. But what about her supporting cast? If anyone's at risk, it's Chris or Barry.
Sorry about that. Everyone's a little worked up. Oh, come on.
If Capcom were to give someone a dramatic send-off, Chris would be the prime candidate. A heroic sacrifice to save Jill, Claire, or even Leon? Now that would be a tearjerker. And Barry? We love him, but his appearances always feel like a nostalgic cameo. If RE9 turns out to be his swan song, it wouldn't be surprising. But Jill? Jill is still Capcom's golden goose. Sure, she's taken a PR hit with her modern personality, but she's far too valuable to kill off just yet. The more likely scenario is that Capcom doubles down on her, giving her another shot at center stage in RE9. And while the fans are skeptical, some downright pessimistic, there's still hope. After all, this is Jill Valentine we're talking about. If anyone deserves a chance at redemption, it's her. Now let's have a little fun, because what's a Resident Evil video without some wild speculation? What if RE9 completely misses the mark with Jill again? Imagine the fans revolting en masse, their torches lighting up Capcom's HQ. But here's the kicker. Capcom could pull a Resident Evil twist in RE10. Just for laughs, picture this. The angry, abrasive Jill we've been seeing wasn't the real Jill at all. Nope, she's an evil clone. Meanwhile, the real Jill, the compassionate, sassy badass we know and love, has been locked away on some secret island, waiting for her glorious return. I mean, come on. It's Resident Evil. Clones, secret labs, dramatic twists, that's their bread and butter. Would it be ridiculous? Absolutely. But would it get fans hyped? Without a doubt. Of course, I'm joking. Mostly. But hey, if Capcom really botches Jill again, they might need to pull something that crazy just to win the fans back. So here's the bottom line. Jill's future in RE9 is still uncertain, but I don't think she's going anywhere anytime soon. Capcom has invested too much in her character to just let her go. Let's hope they use RE9 as an opportunity to redeem her, to remind us all why we fell in love with Jill Valentine in the first place. Here's hoping Capcom doesn't fumble the bag, again. Let's keep our fingers crossed for Jill, and hope RE9 gives us the character she deserves to be. And if not, well, there's always RE10.
Get out, there's gonna be a lot to do. You can use a man of your skill set. What's wrong?
Nothing, just bad timing is all.
So what's the verdict? Jill Valentine might not be getting the retirement treatment in RE9, but her future in the series is still uncertain. Capcom has a lot to prove with this next installment, and fans are watching closely. Will RE9 redeem Jill, or will it be another nail in the coffin for her character? Only time will tell. In the meantime, if you want to hear more about Jill's modern portrayal and how it's divided the fanbase, check out our video. Did Capcom turn Jill Valentine into a bitch? It's a deep dive into the controversy that every Resident Evil fan should watch. And don't miss our video on whether Capcom is killing Leon in RE9. Spoiler, it's a wild ride. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And let me know in the comments, what do you think about Jill's future? Can she redeem herself, or is she destined for the chopping block? Until next time, stay awesome, keep gaming, and remember, there's always more to uncover in the world of Resident Evil. See you in the next one!